Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guide 365. Another month is in the books, so it's time to go over the top 5 4K releases of June 2024. I can't believe we are already in July. It is all downhill from here as far as 2024 goes, but for June, this past month, there has been some incredible 4K releases, both in new theatrical and catalog stuff. Lots for collectors to pick up. And if you fast forward to July, August, September is shaping up to be pretty heavy on the wallet. It's not going to let up anytime soon. But in this particular video, I'm going to go over the top 5 4K releases of June 2024. Now, of course, before we begin, I always have to say this is going to be my list. Yours will be very different, but as always, I encourage you to put in the comment section below what were your top 5 4K releases of this past month. And also, this is not about the quality of the film. This is purely based off the picture and audio, so just keep that in mind. Wow, I mean, there's lots, once again, to go over. So for the first one, I'm going to go for an A24 release that came out this past month. A24 has been knocking it out of the park with their 4K titles, and with this particular release, I really enjoyed it. Great looking and audio. Love Lies Bleeding. Excellent 4K release. The picture is cool. I mean, it's very cool looking. It's got a nice visual style. It takes place in the 80s, and it reflects that in the picture. It's really nice looking. Colors are, a little bit more saturated than they would typically be as far as the palette goes. But of course, HDR and Dolby Vision just brings out the image very well. And the Dolby Atmos, it's nothing to sneeze at. It is a really robust Atmos track. Lots to enjoy here. If you're a fan of the film, Love Lies Bleeding on 4K can only be picked up from the A24 web store. So check this one out. My number 4 pick just came out recently, and I really liked it as a movie, but also as a 4K, I think it's really, really solid. Dev Patel stars and directs himself in Monkey Man. This is an excellent use of Dolby Atmos. There's a lot to enjoy here. It's got a lot of fighting. Everything is represented well as far as action. It uses a good amount of the surround environment. So I think if you're an audiophile, you really enjoy this one. And the picture quality supports HDR. It looks really good. There's a lot of darker nighttime scenes and darker interiors that are very well rendered. Colors pop visually. They look great. Overall, a very decent presentation from Universal. And as far as the movie goes, check it out. The 4K release of Monkey Man, I absolutely recommend this one. It is my number 4 pick. For my number 3, it is the latest entry in the Ghostbusters franchise, which met with mixed reviews, but the 4K, I feel, is really top-notch. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, I absolutely love the picture on this one. It is beautiful. It's squeaky clean, immaculate. Colors pop off the screen. You get all those different colorful variations of ghosts and spirits. The proton packs look great. Dolby Vision, of course, Sony knows what they're doing with these transfers. Beautiful looking transfer. And the audio, the Dolby Atmos is pretty good. It's really, really immersive. There's a lot of dynamic audio cues. Very fun to listen to. Once again, the movie is not going to be for everybody, but if you enjoyed it, Ghostbusters Afterlife on 4K is a must own, so check this one out. And my number 2 could have easily made the number 1 of the month if my number 1 hadn't made it. But I really like this film. I think it makes for a fantastic 4K. Lionsgate did an excellent job. They usually do. Guy Ritchie's The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare on 4K is a really top-tier 4K release of this past month. Visually, this looks gorgeous. It's very clean, vibrant with colors. Not a complaint at all about the transfer on this one. Beautiful. And the audio, the Dolby Atmos is pretty hefty. It's got a lot of immersive elements. The sound design is excellent. Fun audio cues. I really enjoyed it. If you're an audiophile, I think you'll really appreciate this one. I dig the movie quite a bit, and the 4K release is the way to go. So for my number 2, The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare on 4K from Lionsgate, pick this one up. So if you follow along on my channel and you've seen my top 10 of the year so far video, you probably have already guessed what my number 1 for June is. That is going to be Godzilla x Kong, The New Empire on 4K. Honestly, one of my favorites of this past 6 months or so. But yes, for June 2024, it is my number one pick. I love how this 4K turned out. Visually, it's gorgeous. Very punchy, robust colors, fully supported by HDR and Dolby Vision. Very vibrant, no complaints whatsoever, and very clean picture. And the Dolby Atmos it's right up there. It's really top notch. I found that Godzilla versus Kong was slightly punchier in the audio department, but that's really just splitting hairs at this point. I think the Atmos is very immersive. It's fun. It's energetic. There's a lot going on. I think the audio cues are entertaining. Very, very happy with this release. So Godzilla x Kong, The New Empire on 4K is my number one pick of June 2024. There were so many great releases this past month, and you probably have noticed that in my list, I didn't include any catalog titles, which is a shame because there are a lot of catalog releases that came out this past month that were excellent, but I'm going to do a separate video for my Patreon members of the top 5 catalog 4K releases of this past month. I will post that in a few days, so if you want to hear my thoughts on that, go ahead and join Patreon and check that out. But now it's your turn in the comment section below to let me know what your top 5 4K releases were for this past month. And if you're interested in any of the titles I did mention in this video, I will post direct Amazon links in the comment section. If you use them, they really help out the channel. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guide 365. I will see you at the movies.